Most podcasters obsess over one aspect of their podcast, and it's a total mistake. You're going to find out what it is, and instead, what you should be focusing on if your goal is to grow your audience. This is Podcast Creator Coach, giving you actionable tips and insights for building a better podcast or content stream. Hi, my name is Lenny B, and in this podcast, I share with you my 3 decades of experience in professional commercial radio morning show broadcasting. And what that means is every single episode here in this podcast, I show you and share with you proven strategies that you can use to attract, retain, and grow your audience. Your podcast's audio quality isn't as important as you might think. And I say this because most podcasters obsess over it. And I get it. I love microphones and audio equipment, audio interfaces and cables, and I could spend hours online browsing preamps and watching reviews. It's a passion of mine for sure. And I spend a lot of time making sure that my audio quality is of a professional level. But the truth is, it's not the most important part of your content creation effort, and I can prove it. We've all heard podcasts or content channels that have less than optimal audio, right? It's not so good, but yet they've got thousands, maybe even sometimes millions of loyal followers. Now, why is that? It's because it's the emotional connection that drives interaction with you and your audience. It's the emotional connection that hooks listeners and keeps them engaged, not the audio quality. Now, the reason this is important and the reason why I want to share this with you is because you need to know what to spend your time and energy on if you want to achieve your goal of building your audience. It's the stories you tell, the passion that you have in common with your audience segment, and it's the valuable information that you can offer to your audience. That's the number one priority for successfully building an audience and generating income. Now, at the beginning of some of our sessions, I had this one podcast coaching client who was adamant about getting perfect audio quality. And I told him this story, and I want to share it with you because I think it illustrates it really well. It's an analogy, and it's get the band out of the garage. And what this means is, and you might be able to relate to this if you're a musician or you've got a music background, you could be in a band and you could practice in the garage every day. You can keep practicing and revising and rehearsing and making yourself better. But if you don't get out of the garage and book a gig, the band's not going anywhere. You got to get your band out of the garage. Improving only while moving forward is progress. And here's the deal. If you use, and this is what happens with a lot of people, a lot of podcasters, if you use the lack of perfect audio as an excuse to launch, that's when it becomes detrimental. It's a really common pitfall that I want you to avoid, and it happens all the time. As long as your next episode is better than your last episode, your 5th episode is better than your 4th episode, that is moving in the right direction. That's progress. And remember, you can always replace episodes with improved versions down the road. Now, I'm not saying that audio quality isn't important. Good audio quality in your podcast is important. You have to make sure that your message is getting to your listeners' ears in a clear, non-fatiguing way, but it's not the most important thing, and I want you to know the priority here. Your audio quality should be good enough to ensure the message is clear and easy to understand. It doesn't have to be perfect. The most important thing is your content and making that emotional connection. All right, here's an advertisement for some free things that I want to offer. I've got some resources I think you're going to find interesting. If you like the information that I have in this podcast and you find it valuable, I've got an entire coaching program designed to help you attract, retain, and grow your audience while generating income. And you can start the first training course in this program for free. All you have to do is go to my website, lennyb.com, and you can start free now. And now I have a question. Are you making the 3 most common mistakes that kill a podcast or content stream's growth? In the next episode, I'm going to share what those are with you, and I'm going to show you how to resolve them.